human-animal hybrids.
The scientists in the United States recently tried creating the world's first human-monkey chimera.
Tonight, I ask you to pass legislation to prohibit the most egregious abuses of medical research, human cloning in all its forms, creating or implanting embryos for experiments, creating human-animal hybrids.
Back in May, Democrats shot down an important amendment outlawing U.S. participation in research that would create human-animal hybrids, also known as chimeras.
American scientists injected human cells into the embryo of a monkey. What is wrong with people?
Our administration believes that there are loopholes that could allow the cloning of human beings if the technology were developed. Therefore, today I am issuing a directive that bans the use of any federal funds for any cloning of human beings. Effective immediately, no federal agency may support, fund, or undertake such activity. Of course, a great deal of research and activity in this area is supported by private funds. That is why I am urging the entire scientific and medical community, every foundation, every university, every industry that supports work in this area, to heed the federal government's example.
The world's first ever human-monkey hybrid grown in a lab in China.
China's already doing it, announcing in April that an international team successfully grew human-monkey embryos and sustained them for 20 days in a lab. The only question is, what will they do next? Currently, the National Institutes of Health has banned U.S. funding for chimeric research, but that ban could very well be lifted. And who's to say that these agencies will play by the rules anyway?
Who is to say Bill Gates is going to play by the rules? Who is to say George Soros is going to play by the rules?
The bill's expansion definition of artificial reproductive technology sweeps in much more than IVF and has far-reaching implications. It would legalize human cloning. It would legalize commercial surrogacy, including for young girls without parental involvement. It would legalize gene-edited designer babies and lift the federal ban on the creation of 3-parent embryos. It would legalize the creation of human-animal chimeras.
We have to talk about chimeras and how maybe the government might do it.
Number one, her guest looked like a goddamn chimera. If you've seen the movie Spliced, press 666.
If we don't use human DNA now, someone else will.
Regulators and politicians, they tear us to pieces.
I'm gonna go to jail for this.
Human cloning is illegal. This won't be human.
Darwin's theory of evolution is that white people came from monkeys. This whole monkey man shit is not far off.
They integrated human cells into the embryos of a macaque monkey. In simple terms, they created embryos that were part monkey and part human.
Monkey Man come to your door. Who is it? It's Mr. Monkey Man. Anybody seen Planet of the Apes?
The embryos were grown in the open in a laboratory for 20 days.
Well, really, it was not 20 days. It was 19 days. Anybody know the significance of the number 19? Your Kundalini energy rests at the crack of your ass at 19.5 degrees. They grew this embryo for 19.5 days.
Thankfully, they were destroyed.
They claimed they destroyed it on the 20th day. I don't believe that.
But who came up with the idea? This man, Professor Juan Carlos, who, by the way, also tried creating the first human-pig hybrid in 2017. Some ethical concerns have been raised.
A lot of ethical concerns.
A lot of ethical concerns.
Number one concern, they're gonna grow that bitch to a whole baby.
While embryos in this case were destroyed in 20 days, others could try to take the work further and make a baby out of an embryo.
Yo mama had you to some Marvin Gaye in the backseat of a car being hot in the ass. Michelle Obama had her babies in a laboratory and she put that in her autobiography called Becoming.
The second big concern has to do with a moral dilemma. Will the embryos be classified as humans or non-humans?
We all humans. We all the same. No, we not. What is the ethical concern? Number two, will the embryos be classified as humans? Not all white people are human. Not all white people have a soul. Not all melanated people are human.
We still don't fully know what the drawbacks or benefits of creating a human-monkey hybrid could be, but this experiment sure sounds like the beginning to a bad horror movie.
The horror movie that this sounds like that he was alluding to is The Island of Dr. Moreau.
In a remote laboratory, an exiled scientist created something impossible. Unmistakably human. Undeniably animal. On the island of Dr. Moreau.
I'd like to present my children.
Father?
If you thought mutant soldiers with unstoppable physical and mental powers were nothing more than science fiction, then brace yourselves for what I am about to tell you. In a chilling op-ed, the US Intel chief has warned that China could be breeding genetically modified soldiers. You heard that right. The Chinese regime could be creating mutant soldiers. This possibility has been raised by John Ratcliffe, a former Republican congressman and the director of national intelligence under the Trump administration.
This is the director of national intelligence. The truth is stranger than fiction, folks. Let's continue.
Ratcliffe has released an exhaustive report labeling China as the biggest threat to democracy and freedom since the Second World War.
The Second World War was simply clones. They were just cloning regular humans. They done with cloning white people. They done with cloning Barack Obama's daughters, Sausage and Malila. World War II was a clone war. Ain't gonna be no more clones. They creating these monkey men.
He says Beijing is bent on global domination and is giving increasing importance to biotechnology in its military strategy in order to achieve its ambitions. He has warned that Chinese authorities have been conducting human tests on members of the People's Liberation Army.
They've been doing human tests with your Weapon X program ass.
In the hopes of developing soldiers with biologically enhanced capabilities.
Biologically enhanced capabilities, like what, sis?
Like lifting huge weights, infrared night vision.
What? Infrared night vision? What type of monkey men do y'all got coming up in laboratory?
And running at high speeds over extreme distances.
These new army of X-Men, their regular vision will be infrared, and they're gonna be able to run at high speed. This is nothing more than a super soldier Weapon X program, just like in the cartoon X-Men.
Ratcliffe says there seems to be no ethical limit to China's pursuit of power.
There is no ethical limit to China's pursuit of power.
I'm asking for a voluntary moratorium on the cloning of human beings until our Bioethics Advisory Commission and our entire nation have had a real chance to understand and debate the profound ethical implications.
Several US-based think tanks have issued similar warnings about soldiers having no physical, physiological, or cognitive limitations.
She said no cognitive limitations?
Gorilla Grodd, sitting atop a throne of psychic circuitry. With the stolen network, his telepathic reach now threatens every living mind on Earth.
If these new fucking monkey men are gonna be psychic, I'm done.
Not too sure about genetic mutations, but the Chinese regime has indeed been working on scientific advancements to boost the capabilities of the PLA troops. In November last year, China's mouthpiece, the Global Times, carried this report about how China was looking to build Iron Man suits.
They're gonna build Iron Man suits that will let soldiers do what?
That would let soldiers fly.
Fly? So now the goddamn monkey men gonna be flying?
Now fly! Fly!
In the movie Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West had hybrid monkey men that could fly.
And then 3 weeks back, the Global Times carried another report on how Chinese scientists were developing exoskeletons. Ratcliffe's claims may be a little far-fetched, but given that it's China we are talking about, the possibility of mutant soldiers becoming a reality cannot be downplayed.
I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought. Because remember, he was with the Manhattan Project making the nuclear bomb. But World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. What you are seeing in military terms is the last hoorah. White people are going extinct.
I've watched white males become increasingly frightened of the fact that they are going to lose their numerical majority in the United States of America.
The declining white population in the United States. This isn't good.
White population drop for the first time on record, falling from 63.7% in 2010 to 57.8% in 2020, the lowest on record, driven by falling birth rates among white women.
Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute, and he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, "The main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country."
They know they're going extinct.
If we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land.
White people don't got nothing to lose.
As we gain a fuller understanding of this technology, we must proceed not just with caution, but also with a conscience. By insisting that not a single taxpayer dollar supports human cloning, and by urging a moratorium on all private research in this area, we can ensure that as we move forward on this issue, we weigh the concerns of faith and family and philosophy and values, not merely of science alone. Thank you very much.
Anyway, you can always hit the like button. It shows lots of love. It means a lot to me. You can always comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Touch your neighbor. Say, neighbor, you need to watch Crumb TV.